What's going on, people? Now, this is something that I would usually stream, but I decided to just make it in a video form, and this was regarding Halos and the Tycoon. Now, this is what I started with: 6 gold, 2 purples, and 28 commons, and I'm gonna be using 1,000 tokens in the Tycoon just to give you guys an idea of what you can come to expect. Now, the reason I'm putting the video out now is because Guild Fest is around the corner, and that $20 pack where you get almost 500 tokens usually comes out around Guild Fest time, and it usually comes out twice during that week stretch. And usually when that happens, a lot of people start questioning, like, what can I expect? How many rare items can I expect? Halos, Venoms, or whatever it may be out at the time. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys exactly what you can come to expect, whether you get the one that comes with the 500 or you get both, which basically gives you a total of 1,000. This is what you can come to expect. Now, a lot of people, myself included, really are interested in the Tycoon because of the rare items that you can get. Specifically for me, at the very least right now, the Halos. But there are other things that are very underrated, and that's one of them right there: the packs. Usually for every rotation there are 2 packs that you can get, except for when I believe the champion and the voodoo dolls are out. I don't believe there are like familiar packs then. But for the rest of them, a lot of times just off of those packs you will get your money's worth. As it stands right now, if you were to buy the Huey Hop or the Bon Appetit familiar pack, you're only going to get 5 for $5. So think about this: you use $40 for the 1,000 tokens, and you're going to get pretty much that amount of dollars worth on just the packs alone. Now, not to mention other things like resources, speed ups. You can even get carpets, star scrolls, insta kills. Like you get so many different things that will benefit your account. And let's not even talk about the gems, because one, you have a shot of winning the jackpot, which of course it is quite low, but just by encountering this little dude right here enough times, you can get quite a bit. Now, from the 1,000 tokens that I used, I estimated that I got about 150,000 gems just off of meeting the gremlin and never really winning any of the jackpot, the small one, the big one, none of that. So already the gems is pretty well worth, as well as when you start factoring in everything else: the carpets, the star scrolls, embers, speed up, etc. It's all really well. Now, one thing that I would suggest, if you're going to be doing this, especially if you're going to be doing this with a lot of tokens, whether that's a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand, if you're using an emulator, I would highly suggest that you use one of those auto clickers that the emulators come built in with. Because think about this: 1,000 tokens means a minimum of 2,000 clicks, because you have to start and stop the dice. Then when you meet the gem and gremlin, you'll have to click that about 4 or 5 times. So all in all, let's say you're going for 1,000 tokens like me, we're talking 5,000 to 6,000 clicks easily. So one thing that you can do is just go ahead and set up an auto clicker. When you do go to the gem and gremlin, if you actually click to the side, the game will give you an option of, no matter where you click, it'll still be opening up one of the little bags. So you can do that, and then you just keep clicking and clicking. From my experience, 1,000 tokens can take you well over an hour, even if you're just auto clicking. So it'll take you a bit, even when you're just automatically doing it. And yeah, I would highly suggest that, unless you have no emulator to do it on and you can only do it on your phone, or whatever your limitation may be, then in that case you might want to take breaks here and there. Because my goodness, one of the reasons why I like to stream it over everything is that while this is going on, I can at least engage with the chat, etc. Because doing this by yourself is actually kind of boring, come to find out. You just literally just look in there and I don't look at the screen as much as I thought I would, hoping for like a specific drop or a specific number. I kind of just looked away and then looked back, and at the end kind of figured out how much it was that I got, etc. Now, as far as the halos or the venom or the pearls or whatever it is that you're going for specifically, it was estimated a couple of months back at the very least that for every 500 tokens you could get roughly about 1 gold. So for instance, if you were to use 500 tokens while the halos were out, you can estimate about 500 tokens would give you roughly about 1 gold. Now of course it is roughly because there's no specific math or science to this. A lot of times it just depends on how lucky you are. There could be times where you run into 3 or 4 green in a row, and then there could be times where you literally go on a dry spell with nothing at all to show. So it all depends on luck, but at the end of the day, what I have come to notice from streams and doing it by myself is that you can expect around 3 purples per 500 tokens. Now, of course, there's always a chance that you can get less. There's always a chance that you can even get more, especially if you get some of those chests and then you open, what, 20, 30 chests, and then all of a sudden you get a gold halo off of one. Very minimal chance, but the chance is still there. But the 3 purples is a very safe, but also very accurate guesstimate, because I've done this enough to where every time I go through the 500 tokens, I'm always shy of the gold, but I'm always literally on or just above the 3 purple. So yeah, sometimes you can get a little less, sometimes a little more, but if we're talking average, 3 purples per 500. Now if you actually roll that into gems, I believe that actually averages out to be 300,000 gems per 3 purples. So take that as you will. I mean, I don't know if you just have a ton of gems to throw away. Well, I guess technically it wouldn't be thrown away, but you get my point. I actually know of somebody that hit the Labyrinth jackpot, got, shoot, over 12 million gems or something like that, and he actually made and finished his mythic cups literally from that jackpot, just off of gems. So yeah, if you're smart about it, you can definitely get quite a bit of items here. It also benefits a lot the player that doesn't really pay a lot. So for instance, I give you a perfect example. If you're a player that has green, blue cups, and then you can get that $20 pack because maybe $20, $40 is what you can safely spend on that month, I would highly suggest you spend it on this pack right here, because not only is that going to be an easy way to start taking up the cubs, or maybe get multiple cubs, however you want to play it, but it's going to benefit your account in many different ways. Like I mentioned, you got carpets, you got gems, you got familiar packs, you have so many things that will help maintain your account. That is, in my mind, this is definitely the best value pack in the game. Now of course, it may not give you as much as some $100 packs, but honestly, from what I have noticed, this $20 pack, the one that gives you pretty much 500 tokens for $20, has more value than 90% of the $100 packs out there. So once this comes out, probably this week, at least that's what I have seen. It usually comes out during Guildfest week. Definitely pick it up if you can. I believe a lot of times they release it because they know there's a lot of quests out there for the Tycoons, you know, like meet the Gentleman Gremlin 8 times, or you know, etc. So people want to pick up those packs, but really that should be the cherry on top. You should pick up this pack no matter when it comes out. So let me go ahead and show you guys what all I started with. So I started with 1.7 million gems, and right now I'm sitting at 1.85 million. So that's about 150,000 gems from 1,000 tokens. From the packs, this is all the packs that I got. I got 22 Huey Hobbs and 19 Bon Appetit. Like I mentioned, if you buy them individually, that is $5 each 5. So that already gave me my $40 of value just in those packs. And then for what you guys were waiting on, here's what I ended with. We started with 6 gold, 2 purples, and 28 commons, and pretty much ended up with 8 gold. So the 500 per every 3 purples holds pretty much true, give or take a couple of greens, etc., but it held true at the end of the day. Now, of course, I opened up some of the boxes as well, and if you get lucky there, maybe get a blue, a purple, like I mentioned earlier, maybe even a gold. You might even go beyond that, but as it stands right now, that's what you can expect to get, is 3 purples per every 500 tokens. Now, there are other things that you get throughout all of these token uses, like licenses to kill, emotes, stamps, star scrolls, anima, embers, etc., even carpets, but at the end of the day, I know that a lot of people just focus on the item, but don't forget that you also get a bunch of other useful things like wings, speed ups, all of that. So that also goes into consideration, as well as the gems that you're able to win, or hell, maybe if you even get the jackpot, that might be even be better. But from the 1,000 tokens, I did get about 100 Bon Appetit chests, but like I said before, 100 you can't really expect too much. And at the end of the day, I think what I actually ended up here getting was pretty decent, considering it was only 97 chests. I got a blue halo, and then I believe what, 2 commons. That's a pretty damn good drop. I mean, think about it. That's not bad at all. So yeah, I feel, like I said, that this is one of the best packs, and especially going off of the value that you can get in this game. So hopefully when it comes out this week, as it should, considering it's Guildfest week, you guys will think about it and start getting up either your cups or your venoms or whatever it is that you're working on, because let's be honest, venoms, pearls, and halos, those are one of the worst items to try and get. Unfortunately, there's not one for like seeds, etc. Even though I'm done with my seeds, I know that that's one of the worst items to get in general. So maybe in the future we'll have an updated Tycoon, maybe an elite Tycoon where you use 10 tokens at a time. Anyway, that's food for thought. Appreciate you guys for watching, and until later, bye.